students, welcome to Sunil's tutorial. I'm Sunil Milwani and today we'll be doing this chapter called as pie chart. Let's see exercise 1. We are doing pie chart exercise 1. Right? They've given you data regarding two families. They've given you family A. They spend on food, miscellaneous, light. They spend on food, miscellaneous, light, education, clothes, and rent. They've given you pie chart. They've given you degrees is 96 degree, 48 degrees. Copy the data, please. 18 degrees. That's my light. Education is 48 degrees, clothes is 60 degrees, and rent is 90 degrees. This is data for family A, right? They've also said that in terms of amount, the total amount of expenditure of family A is 4,800 rupees, right? Now for family B, the same data given, degree and amount. Now the degrees they've given you is for food is 110 degrees, for miscellaneous is 39 degrees, light is 15 degrees, education is 70 degrees, clothing is 56 degrees, and rent is 70 degrees. And the total expenditure given to you here is 7,200 rupees, right? So now how do we solve this, guys? Now the first thing that you need to do is convert the degrees into amount. How do I convert degrees to amount? Amount of an expenditure is nothing but degree divided by 360 into total amount. That's my formula, right? So for food it will be 96 divided by 360 into 4,800, which would come to 1280. Next, miscellaneous should be 48 divided by 360 into 4,800, which would come to 640. Light will be 18 divided by 360 into 4,800, which would come to 240. Education is 48 divided by 360 into 4,800, which would come to 640. Then you have clothing, which should be 60 divided by 360 into 4,800, which would come to 800. Then rent is going to be 90 divided by 360 into 4,800, which would come to 1,200. So that's my actual expenditure of family A. Let's move on to family B. For family B, food will be, guys, 110 divided by 360 into 7,200, which is going to be 2,200. Then for miscellaneous will be 39 divided by 360 into 7,200, which is going to be 780. Next, light is going to be 15 divided by 360 into 7,200, which is going to be 300. Education is 70 divided by 360 into 7,200, which is going to be 1,400. Then clothes is going to be 56 divided by 360 into 7,200, which is going to be 1,120. And lastly, rent is 70 divided by 360 into 7,200, which should be 1,400. Right? Now let's see the questions based on this. Question 1. If the total expenditure of the two families is respectively doubled, if total expenditure of two families is doubled, is respectively double, then the ratio of light, what will be the ratio of light? Now let's see this. Now presently family A and family B, light expenses are 240 is to 300, right? Since I'm doubling both of them, I'll have to multiply both by 2. So the new ratio will be 240 into 2. Why am I multiplying by 2? Because they are specifically saying that I'm going to double the expenses. 300 into 2. 2 and 2 gets cancelled. 0, 0 gone. 6 4s are 6 5s are. The ratio will be 4 is to 5. The ratio of light will be 4 is to 5. Next. Question 2. True or false? You have to state whether the following statements are true or false. First statement is the total expenditure of A and B are in the ratio of 3 is to 2. Total expenditure of A and B are in the ratio of 3 is to 2. Right? Total expenditure of A and B. Now let's try to find this out. 4,800 is the total expenditure of A, 7,200 is the total expenditure of B. 0, 0 gone, 0, 0 gone. Right? So in which case you are going to have this as 8 6 are. This is 8. The total expenditure of A and B are in the ratio of 3 to 2. Okay. This is 9. This is 2. This is 3. The total expenditure is not in the ratio of 3 is to 2, but in the ratio of 2 is to 3. Right? So the answer for this is false. Next, second one. Let's see this. The family expenditure of A, family A's expenditure, family A's expenditure on rent is greater than that of B. Family A's expenditure on rent is greater than that of B. Right? Family A's expenditure on rent is 1200. Right? Family B, we've already found this out. Family B's rent expenditure is 1400. They are saying A is greater than B. False. This statement is also false. Right? Answer is false. Fine, do we get this in here? Next, let's see another one, guys. They have given you that family A spends 640 on miscellaneous items. Family A spends 640 on miscellaneous items. Right? Miscellaneous item of A is 640. We've already calculated this. Answer for this is going to be true. Next, family B spends less on light than family A. Family B spends less on light than family A. Answer D. Now, let's see this. Family B spends on light. Family B light. Family B light. Family B light is 300. Family A light is 240. They are saying that family B spends less on light than family A. This is false. Answer for this is going to be false. Right? Next, question number 3. If the expenditure of family B increased by 3-fold, if expenditure of family B increase by threefold, the expenditure on education would be expenditure on education will be simple, straightforward, right? Present expenditure on education for family B is 1400. Obviously, if the expenditure increases by threefold, the expenditure on education will also increase by threefold. So new will be 1400 into 3. 4 3s are 12, 3, 4200. Then the expenditure on education will become 4200. Next, question number 4. If the total expenditure of family A doubles, then the difference between the expenditure of the families on rent would be. They are saying that if total expenditure of family A doubles, if the total expenditure of family A doubles, the difference between the expenditure of the families on rent will then become how much? Right? Family A rent. The rent of family A now is 1200. They are saying that the expenditure doubles. If the expenditure doubles, that means the rent expenditure will also double. So new rent of family A will be 1200 into 2, which is nothing but 2400, right? Rent of family B. Rent of family B is 1400. So the difference between the expenditure is going to be 1000 rupees. So if the expenditure of family A doubles, then the difference between the expenditures of the family on rent is going to be 1000 rupees. Next, let's see another question. If the radii of the circle are taken in the ratio of the square root of the total expenditure, if radii of circle is square root of ratio of expenses total expenditure of two families, then the ratio of the radii will be how much? Simple, straightforward, guys. They are saying that the radii of the circle are taken in the ratio. Radii of the circle is the square root of the ratio of the expenses. First, let's find out ratio of expenses of A and B. Expense of A is 4800, expense of B is 7200. We have already calculated this ratio to be 2:3. Right? Now, radii of A and B has to be in the ratio of square root of the expenses. So root 2 by root 3. The ratio of the radii is square root of the ratio of the expenses. So I am taking square root of it. So the ratio of the radii will be root 2:3. Next, the percentage of expenditure on miscellaneous. Percentage of expenditure on miscellaneous by family A over family B, by family A over that of family B is how much? Miscellaneous expenditure of family A we found out is 640. miscellaneous expenditure of family B we found out is 780. Since percentage means multiply by 100, this should come to approximately 82.05%. So the percentage of expenditure on miscellaneous by family A to that by family B is 82.05%. Right? Next, the item whose proportionate expenditure, the item whose proportionate expenditure, the item whose proportionate expenditure bears 1:1 ratio with some other item, some other item in family A and family B. Family A and family B. Now, 1:1 expenditure. Let's look at family A, right? Now, if you look at family A's expenditure, you will see that on miscellaneous and expenditure, miscellaneous and education, the expenditure is same. Family A has same expenditure on miscellaneous and education, right? Let's look at family B now. Family B has same expenditure on, family B has same expenditure on education and rent, and education, right? So what is common to both of them? The item whose proportionate expenditure bears 1:1 ratio with some other item. So it is education of family A, which is 1:1 in family A, and education in family B, which is 1:1 with family B. So my answer will be, which is the item? It is education. Fine, do we get this in here? Next, let's move on to the next question. Question 8. The item which shows least difference in expenditure between the two families. Item which shows least difference between two expenditures, difference in expenditure between the two families. Now, only I can say that it cannot be food, because food is 2,200 and 1,200 approximately, so approximately 1,000 difference. Miscellaneous is 640 and 780. 640, 740, 780. Miscellaneous is 140. Difference of miscellaneous is 140. Then light is 240 and 300. So difference of light is 60. Education is 640 and 1400. It's almost 800. 800 and 1100, more than 60 it is going to be. 1200 and 1400, more than 60 it is going to be. So the answer for this should be light. Light is the expenditure which is approximately same in both the families. Fine, do we get this in here? Next, question 9. Family A. In family A, the item with the expenditure, with their expenditure showing 1:2 ratio are, right? In family A, which are the expenses which are showing 1:2 ratio? Now, let's see this. Food is 1280. Half of 1280 will be 640, right? So I can say food and education. Food and education, and you can also say food and miscellaneous. So I'll have to write it 1:2. Miscellaneous is to food is 1:2, and education is to food is also 1:2. So these are the two expenses that are showing a ratio of 1:2 in both in family A, right? Next, let's see another question, guys. The percentage expenditure of family A and B. Percentage expenditure of family A and B on food forms a ratio of now let's see this. Percentage expenditure of family A on food. Family A on food. Family A is spending 1280 on food, right? And their total expenditure is 4,800. So out of 4,800, they are spending 1280 on food, which approximately should come out to 27%, right? Family B on food. Family B on food. Family B is spending 2,200 on food out of the 7,200 that it is spending. So in terms of percentage, this comes out to 31%. Therefore, ratio of percentage of food is 27:31. Does not cancel, so that will be the answer for that. Right? Okay, we'll stop this here for the day. Thank you very much.